bags or Ziploc bags to make decorating bags, so you don't need to go find the decorating bags, which can sometimes be hard to find. And especially if you're not close to a craft store or can't order online, you can just buy these freezer bags, Ziploc bags in your grocery store. You'll just need some tape to reinforce the tips, some scissors, and then you'll need some frosting, which I'm going to use pink and blue today. And let me show you how. I'm going to show you a leaf tip, a star tip, a writing tip, and a rose tip out of a freezer bag. Let's get started. All right, let's first start out with the most simple thing that you can make, and that is the writing tip. So pretty much the best thing to do is always to reinforce your bag. So just take some tape, do it on one side, flip it over, and then tape it again. And this just gives an added reinforcement. Now, to make a real small slit, you're just going to cut a small little hole. And then you want to open it up like this, and then cut again. Because when you open it up, it actually doesn't make a complete hole. You have to open the other side. And then we're just going to put a little bit of frosting in here. Now when you're writing, it's really important to only use a little tiny bit of icing, because if you push too hard, then your hand begins to shake and it doesn't work, okay? So let's just do the letter L, okay? And the letter O, I'm doing this upside down, hopefully you can see it. Let's do the letter V and the letter E to spell love. Ooh, love. Gotta dab that a little bit. All right. And there you have your writing tip. Now, if you want to bring the hole a little bit thicker, go ahead and press again. Where is my towel? Now, instead of cutting a big hole, what you're going to do, instead of going straight across, you're actually going to make a little like half moon-like thing. Let me show you that again. So what I did was I took an index card, and I just want to show you, if the tip is like this, instead of going across, you're going to go like this, and that will open up your hole. So that's exactly what I did on this tip, and then I put some more icing in it, and that's going to give me a bigger hole so I can do some other types of designs. So here I'm doing like a swirl to put on the top of a cake. You can do zigzags. There's so many things that you can do. Okay? Now let me show you, if you can see over here on this cake that I did that, but let me show you now our star tip. All right, once again, I'm going to show you how to do the star tip. Once again, we're going to take some tape on both sides, turn it over. The tape is really nice because it really does help. It does really reinforce it. Okay, so using my paper again, I'm going to show you. We're going to make two slits like this, okay? So I'm going to take my bag, I'm going to make a slit up here and a slit right here. Then I'm going to open my bag and I'm going to bring it this way flat, like just like that, and I'm just going to go right up the center and make a little snip. And that's going to make my little star tip. All right, I'm gonna put my color. Let's do blue this time. I made this cake that's right here the other day, and it shows you how I was able to decorate using the Ziploc bag. All right, so I always like to test before I put anything on a cake. So you want to test and push up, press, push up, and you're just going to make stars. You can make stars all around your border, on cupcakes, cakes, all kinds of things. And it makes just a beautiful design just going across. Now let me show you how to make our rose tip. Now one thing on cupcakes, which are really popular, is just to swirl. Like that. Okay, Now we're on to our rose tip. Now the rose tip is really probably the easiest one to do. You're basically going to reinforce on both sides on the edges, like right here. And then very, very slightly, you're going to make a cut. So if this is my edge of my cut, you're just going to kind of do a sliver like this, just like that. So I'm going to take my scissors and just make a very tiny, ever so tiny sliver like that. And then we're going to put, let's do pink now to make our roses. Sliver. Now this icing is a little bit thicker because I knew I was going to be doing kind of this swirl roses. So make sure that you add a little bit more powdered sugar to that. And then you're just going to do a petal, do a petal. I have to turn here. And you can do petals all around. And you can even do swirls like this. Isn't that pretty? And then, let me see if I can do this backwards. And another petal like that to make your little roses. And you can actually make roses on a rose nail if you want, or how I do it on a chopstick. All right, we are ready to make our leaf tip now. Now to make your leaf tip, once again, you're going to reinforce at the top. And then this one, you're going to cut kind of like a upside down V, like this. So let me show you on a piece of paper. So you're going to make like a V like that on the slit. Okay? Let me make sure I cut that so you can see a little straggly of the tape, and we don't want that. All right, and then I'm going to open up my bag, and I will do blue this time. Let me move this over. Now, one thing when you want to put icing in, you don't want it all over your hands. You can make a little sleeve like that. And we're going to make our little leaf coming out of our flowers. So you can make, doing blue leaves today. And the other thing that's really nice that I like is that it actually makes kind of a nice design too, like that. And there you have a writing tip, a star tip, a rose tip, and a leaf tip, all using a freezer bag. How fun was that? Thanks again for joining me. We will see you next time.